From the studios of TLC Talk Radio, it's DT on our minds. I'm your girl, Tasha.
And I'm that fat girl, Dana.
Indeed. Don't forget to follow us on all of our social media pages, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. And of course, did I miss something? No, I didn't. Oh, follow us on tlctalkradio.com, 24/7 edutainment, every day, all day. Okay, not all day, but multiple times a day. Hey, friend.
Hey, friend. Why aren't we all day?
Well, that would probably tick off the other
shows, but you know.
Yeah, that's probably.
We awesome and stuff.
I mean, I agree with this. But two of the other shows are me, too.
Well, you're in, those.
I'm all in this piece.
Yeah, owning it, doing it, whatever.
Yeah, contents. I spent an hour on the phone last night with my tax preparer. Because that's new. You know, it's business, personal.
Right.
Ooh, you know, it's one thing to use, irs.gov for your free personal return. Don't do that when you have a business, because you don't want no problems. You want someone who understands. Because he started talking to me about the changes that have taken place for individuals as it relates to individuals since the Trump administration took over and, laws have changed. And I was on the phone listening, and I have 2 degrees, but I was like, what? Yeah. What's your fee again? Okay, let me get you this credit card. Get that going. Because I'd rather you handle it than me be audited or sued or, you know what I mean? Or to look like I've been, purposely doing something illegal. So, listen.
Yeah. If I was running the world.
Listen.
There would be no tax code. It would be, this is the amount, that is it, we're calling it a day.
Man, why
is this so hard?
When can you run the world? Greed. People are greedy. People are greedy. There's so much corruption. Other countries can do it. I ain't got no problem. I ain't moving. This is not a bash the U.S. kind of conversation.
It could turn into a bash the Illinois conversation, but
moving on. You heard our disclaimer at the top of the show, right? The views expressed are not necessarily those. Moving on. Other countries can do it.
Yeah.
We can do it. These people are not unintelligent.
Right.
So
everyone's just greedy.
Listen, my daddy always says, how much money do you need?
Right.
Lord. I want to be in a space financially to, call a couple of my girlfriends and say, y'all want to go to Paris? Yeah. Okay, well, meet me at the airport in like 4 hours.
See, mine is more like, you want to go to Iowa? Because I don't need to have that much money.
Either way, Florida, Puerto Rico, whatever. Okay. We can stay, here in the country, but I want to see as much of God's world as I can.
Oh, I do
That's
too.
kind of, but what fun is it if it's just me?
I don't know. I have a lot of fun traveling by myself.
I don't know. I want to, now traveling by myself in a room, meaning we've gone together, but no, you can't stay with me. Friend, I do not like roommates. My mother's like, how you gonna get married again? That's very different, mother.
Yeah, it's a little different.
A lot. There's a different emotional connection. Like, you my girl, but you're gonna have to shut the hell up so I can go to sleep.
Right.
So, because
we're never gonna go to sleep because you're just
running your mouth. Or a couple of my friends sleep with the TV and the radio on.
I sleep with the TV on.
I sleep with the TV on very low. It has to be dark. And here's the horrible part. Not horrible. I'm just being silly. What's hilarious is that it has to be a good show, even though I'm not going to watch it. So, like, I'll spend the time looking for an episode that I'm like, no, that's boring. No, that's not right.
Well, for me, it has to be something I've seen before. Mm-hmm. Then I don't feel like I'm missing out, so I'm not going to stay up and watch it.
Okay, that makes sense. And it's hilarious because sometimes, you go through your sleep cycle. Sometimes I'll hear it in my subconscious and go, ooh, this the episode. And then I'll get up and watch it, because that's what you should do when you're sleeping.
Right. Get up and watch TV.
No.
No problem.
But yeah, I mean, to do all of those things, you have to have a work ethic. And we were talking about work ethics. And I am learning, God is reaffirming every day that not everybody has The work ethic.
True that.
You know, so the reason you and I probably clicked is because we started out working together, and you weren't a jerk. You did everything you were supposed to do, and I did everything that I was supposed to do, and we supported each other in that realm. And it was like, you know what? She real cool. I like her. Hey, Dana. Right? Exactly. We got along well. There were never any issues with, did she ever
gonna get this done?
Which would make me not like you. And so I work on a variety of things. Surprise, surprise. And I'm just amazed at how people just don't respond to what they said they were going to do. Like that right there, that's how you get me to dislike you quickly.
Well, one thing I don't understand is so this happened to me today.
Okay.
I'm working in the kitchen and our dish room person wasn't in. So the person who washes dishes in the kitchen was working out there. So we needed everyone to pitch in.
Sure.
And take care of the dishes that were happening in the kitchen, whatever.
And so the look on your face indicates this didn't happen.
No.
Is that right?
Guess who did it?
Just you?
Yeah.
How many people are on your team?
Let's see. There was like 12.
Okay. So really?
Yeah.
Don't make me do percentages, but one of the 12, this is a poor percentage, decided that this was the way it was going to be, huh?
Yeah.
Is it just because people didn't want to do it? They don't like doing dishes. They had dishes due when they got home. Like, I don't get it.
I don't do dishes at home. So the fact that I do dishes is, a thing.
I can't go to sleep if the dishes are not done.
Really? Oh, no.
I'm like, it's too many things. I have to clean the kitchen. I can't.
I could have a cartoon situation.
That's hilarious. Do you play like Jenga with the dishes as you stack them up? They're all over the place.
Kind of. No, I try not to get that far, but it does not concern me if it is there.
Understood.
And I don't have a dishwasher.
Neither.
So that's.
Yeah. My mother said we had a dishwasher growing up. Its name was Tasha.
Oh.
It was me. But she likes doing dishes. So there'll be 3 plates in the sink, and my mother will run a whole vat of water. Ma.
Yeah. But when I'm at work, because I'm getting paid to do things, and not just look at other people working, I do dishes.
And I suspect, because I know your work ethic, that you do them well.
Yes, of course.
Of course you do. You're Dana.
Exactly. Because I think that's the reason I don't like doing dishes at home, is because I'll sit there for hours making things look just so crazy perfect. And I have well water, and some of our dishes are white, so sometimes if they've soaked too long, that they got rust on them, so I got to scrub them for like a half a day. And
yeah. Understood.
These are why I don't like doing dishes at home.
But it's just amazing how many people will just walk past something.
Yeah. I'm like, hello? So I had to go, at the end of the day, we have a teacher's lounge that we have food served in.
Okay.
So I have to go there and get all the stuff from there to close her. So before I did that, I was working on dishes, and I was like, hey, I'm going to go to teachers. Somebody want to jump in and do some of these, maybe?
Crickets. That's horrible.
Yeah. So I went, and then I came back, and I was like,
so y'all just going to look at the dishes? That's where y'all are?
Y'all going to just stand over there and talk to each other, huh? Is that where we're at?
That's horrible.
It is horrible.
So your work ethic shouldn't change just because you don't like the position, or something's coming,
right. But guess what? You took the job. No one made you.
And that's
this job.
Exactly.
You knew how much you were getting paid, and you knew the duties of the job. Why is this so hard?
Agreed. People don't understand that. My father and now my cousin Terry, they both say people want jobs, but they don't want to work.
Yeah.
They want this job. They want this space where they're going to be paid every so often, right? And I get it. We got to live. But I mean, they're paying you for a service.
Right.
So my father always taught my brother and I that if you go to work and you don't work, you're stealing.
Right.
You know, just you're not gonna steal. That's not how, you know, we were raised. So even today, even when I volunteer for something, I give my best. And if I don't think I can, then A, I'm either not going to volunteer, or B, I'm going to try to find a suitable replacement or solution or something. Or I'm going to reach out for help. It is a peeve of mine when people set deadlines they approach. They know there's an issue,
but they don't say
a word. And so then we hit deadline, and then it's, oh, well, I had to do X.
Okay.
So you ain't know that last week?
Right.
Because then maybe we could have jumped in. Maybe we could have had a solution.
Right.
You know, now all you've done is set us back unnecessarily. Right. That's not to say, you know, that life doesn't happen.
Right. I mean, if something serious came up,
by all means, yeah.
But still, it's called communication. It's not this hard.
Right. You're thinking.
I know. I mean, it's not like we don't have 9 million ways to communicate with people.
Yeah. And that's the peeve. So you've got email, text message, Facebook, phone calls, Twitter. Facebook, Twitter, carrier pigeons. I'm joking. But
you might. I don't. Ham radio.
It would scare me. The point is, you have this way to do, and you just ain't gonna say nothing.
Right. I wonder if it's like being prideful, like I can't ask for help.
Sometimes it is, and sometimes people are just trifling. Well, call it what it is. Yeah. You're trifling if you don't say a word. Right. You're trifling if you set a deadline. So when I'm working on things, volunteer work, I always ask them, what date works for you?
Exactly.
Because people have lives, they have parents, they have kids, they have other responsibilities, other things they may volunteer for. I get it. Right. So what works for you? With that cute smile. Now, that smile changes when it's, oh, well, I ain't get to it. And it's a family trait for the most of us. Like, we get frustrated. My cousin Eric, my cousin Rodney, my cousin Lauren on mama's side, we get real frustrated when you don't do what you say you're going to do.
As you should.
Just
like, come on. Why is it...
You know,
life is not as hard as
people make it.
Yeah.
Some people make it just uber hard unnecessarily.
I don't get it. Like, what did your parents not teach you? Like,
and then sometimes the parents do teach them. They just go the way they go.
I'm like, come on.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
It is, and that's why I'm changing careers.
You're gonna coach the people. Yeah. You'd be good at that. I told you.
People getting their self mentally correct.
And what did you do in preparation for that recently?
Well, I researched a while ago. I was researching veteran. I can't talk. Where did I go? Hi.
Hello. And welcome to Movie Phone. Remember that?
Yes, I do. Welcome to Movie Phone.
That's so stupid. Go ahead.
Therapy barns. That's what I'm looking for. So I was researching therapy barns, and I found one a while ago, but it wasn't quite... I didn't feel like it was quite something that I wanted to get into with them.
Okay.
Then my friend, who lives across the street from me and sells goats, sold some goats to the Healing Herd.
Nice.
Which is, it's spelled HIRD because that's the doctor's name.
Very nice.
Isn't that cool?
Mm-hmm.
So,
pun intended.
Yeah, exactly. So I contacted her a couple of days ago, and I was like, hey, I want to do some volunteer work with you. I want to study to be a therapist, and I want to do mostly PTSD for veterans.
Sure.
And stuff like that. And I
said, so wonderful.
And I said, And I just happen to be a videographer, so if you need any work done, I would volunteer my services for that too. So she contacted me and she's like, hey, what's a good day for you?
And you're going to appear on time.
I will be there tomorrow.
And if there's an emergency, you will call.
Exactly.
Not at the time you were supposed to be there. No, that's stupid.
No, because I'll be early. Yeah. That's who I am.
That's why we love you. I mean, other reasons too, but that's a good reason.
That's a good reason. So I'm pretty excited about that.
That's good.
I think she's had it for about a year.
Okay.
So
excellent.
She's probably got,
And I wonder how much exposure you all can give each other. Her exposing you to therapeutic services to help you in your studies, and then you exposing her to people who don't know that she exists here in the area. That's so dope.
Yeah, so dope.
That's our line, guys.
Yes. So, yeah, I'm really... Well, and plus I know a lot about animals.
Sure.
So it'll be fun.
Oh, that's really nice.
I'm excited. So I can get around people who actually are trying to lift the vibration of humanity.
I'm with it.
Which is what I'm trying to do.
Right. Yeah, it's enough crap going on in the world.
Exactly. There was another shooting today. Did you hear about that one?
In Lansing? Because I got that text
one too.
And everybody was like, "Oh my God, are you safe?"
In Santa Carla, I think.
No,
in California. Yeah.
Again, need for healing.
Yes.
Need for therapy. People have their issues, which we all do, but you cannot take them out on the rest of the world.
Right. Just random.
No, I'd miss that. I spent my day with 8th graders working with them about work ethic. How about that?
Hey.
My sweet babies.
How's that working?
They're okay. They're getting it. Most of them are getting it. They complain. They had a test today, and I work with my cousin. So she gave a test, and I gave a test, and they were like, seriously?
Well, they had to have it.
And I was like, it's school. There are tests.
Hi.
Also, you've had these words for weeks. So, yeah. Like these, you have to understand the vocabulary of energy terms, or you won't understand what it is we're doing.
Exactly.
My babies, they're okay. They are maturing.
Well, they're in that in between age.
Yeah, so. They're learning how to navigate friendships. So but I told them, I said, what's going to be most important is who you are, and so you establish yourself, especially when you get to high school. You begin to establish yourself. Nobody expects you to be a full-grown adult. I was like, well, pay attention to the choices you make, pay attention to the company you keep, and pay attention to who you are. Go ahead.
Do not steal hot dogs and put them down your pants in the lunch line. Just gonna throw that out there.
Okay, don't do that, y'all.
Because it's been happening.
Wow.
Because in 30 years, when you have your reunion, you want to be known as the guy who stuffed hot dogs down his pants.
Yeah,
you want to be that guy.
That's good. Boo, it's not good. Boo. Horrible. Yeah. Yeah, kids are nuts. We love them, but they are nuts. They're great. They're good kids.
They're fantastic.
I can hear your sarcasm. I don't know if you know. I can hear it.
What?
Just
mine?
We can hear it there as well.
Yeah.
Chime in on the website if you can hear Dana's sarcasm.
Right here.
It's going to be the question of the week.
Can you hear Dana's sarcasm?
I mix one of the choices all the time. Be like, who me?
What?
No.
I'm not sarcastic.
Yeah, there it is again.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. It's a challenge to work with kids because they are learning, and they'll try you, they'll test you. You know that.
Yeah.
You have a kid.
Yeah.
So I don't have one at home, but I observe from the background family members, and I'm like, look, little baby, I'm all for whatever your mom and dad said. So I know you think you're gonna get refuge here with cousin Tasha.
Well, sometimes they need refuge.
They do. If they're clowning, though,
Right.
here's your refuge in this trouble box.
You can sit here,
Right. Good day.
figure it out.
Yeah. But I'm happy to say that most of them get it. They learn, they figure it out. You know, students
Yeah.
I've taught, when my 7th grader called, now he's grown obviously, and said, Miss Clifton, I'm going to graduate from college and I want you to come. And I was like, what?
Aw.
You are 12. How did you graduate from college? Now, clearly he's not, but I went. I drove. He invited me, his 3rd grade teacher, 2nd, 3rd. I was his 7th grade teacher, and then one of his teachers from high school. And we all showed up. We were all there, like, let's make this drive.
So that's kind of like the post I had the other day that was about who are you and what are you leaving for the world?
Yeah. That was a great question. I hope that who I am is, and it'll sound cliche, but I mean it. Who I am is Positive Tasha. That's not like my rap name or nothing. I'm just saying. I can't rap.
Yo, Positive Tasha.
Yeah, that's real whack.
Yeah.
real whack.
Yeah.
But sincerely, like, I hope that I can bring the positive spin on whatever. So that doesn't mean I don't get upset
Oh, yeah. I get
and
you.
want to throw stuff. Don't cross my people, and don't cross kids or old people. I think I've said that before in this show.
You've mentioned it a couple,
This is how
2,000-3,000 times.
you can get your kids. Leave old people alone. Leave kids alone.
Yes.
But you know, in that same vein, I'm not gonna let either group disrespect the other either. Like, hey, you know, but I hope that I'm the person who can bring the positive spin to the situation, so that you can come to me and say, you know, I'm about to choke this girl. I'm about to, you know, okay, hold on, wait a minute. Let's talk about how you look too good to go to jail. Let's start there.
Start in this one.
Right. This, you know, you want to hit with the practical first.
Right.
But the point is, I hope that I can encourage someone. My cousin called me the other day. She's so sweet. Hi, Africa. And my uncle and his wife, who are her grandparents, raised her. And she is the cutest, most demure, soft-spoken little girl. She's not a little girl. She's grown. But she's my little baby. And she called me with a problem. First of all, I was humbled that she called me.
Aw.
And I was like, what's wrong, boo-boo? And she's like, well, this is happening in school and da-da-da-da. And then her voice began to break and she said, I just want to make Grandpa proud because Uncle's passed away. And I was like, hold up. First of all, Uncle is in heaven right now, praising God off beat. Uncle couldn't dance. And he is more than proud of you. Like, don't worry about that. But the point was, I was there to be her encourager because I had done it. That's the point. So when you go through a struggle, the goal is to, okay, what's the lesson? You know what I mean? And then how can I share this lesson with other people?
Right.
You know, I can help someone I know who's about to go through a divorce with just basic paperwork.
Right.
Because I did it and we did our divorce ourselves. We were like, ain't nobody, we don't want nothing from each other here. Sign this. Have a good day.
Fine. I came in with this.
Right, you came in with that. Have a good day. Peace in Inglewood.
Right.
Prayerfully. So, you know, you go through those things, and so that's the legacy I hope to leave. And so, my dad and mother are always very cognizant of, well, you don't have any kids, and who's going to take care of you when you're old? And I'm like, oh Lord, Jesus is good at this taking care of stuff. He is great at that. But there are people in my life who, you know, prayerfully I have all my, you know, faculties until I just gone on to sleep. Right. But there are people around, and I hope that I've deposited into their lives where I wouldn't be a chore. Right. If that makes sense. Mm-hmm. So going back to Africa, my baby said once, we were having a family reunion, and we always do it at my house because I have the land. Mm-hmm. And so I asked her, because she was in the middle of wrapping up a semester or something was going on. And I said, it was in the middle. And I said, do you want to come home for the reunion? And she was like, well, yeah, I've got to see how much money. yeah, that wasn't my question. Do you want to come home? And she said, well, yeah. I said, okay, well, what works for you? I'm going to get your bus ticket. And I happened to be at the beauty shop on my laptop, and I'm like, what day? And she was like, okay, well, I don't have a test this day. I can go this day. And then where she goes to Bradley. And so the bus drops her off. The closest to us is Oak Brook.
Oh, God.
Yeah. So we got to get her from Oak Brook to me in the South Burbs. Well, ain't nobody going to Oak Brook on a Saturday morning when the event is at my house.
Right.
Even if it wasn't in my house, I just wasn't interested in driving to Oak Brook. Bless God for Uber.
Right.
So I sent an Uber for her. So at the end or whatever, she got home with her mom. You know, she stayed the weekend, and she said, thank you so much. You know, can you tell me how much I owe you? And I was like, girl, get off my phone with this foolishness. And she said, but you spent so much money. And I was like, because that's how she has a really high-pitched voice. She's so sweet. And I said, okay, you want to pay me back? Yeah. I said, okay. Make sure nobody sticks me in a home. I said, always remember that I like nice things. So even in my old age, I like nice things. I didn't say spend a gang of money on nice things. The thrift store is fine.
Just as long as it's nice.
As long as it's nice, I'm cool with it. And so she laughed. And so I hope that I'm that person always. I don't have to be the person super close to you to pour into you, but I hope that I have an encouraging word or a laugh or an inappropriate joke at an inappropriate time to get you to stop thinking about whatever's stressing you. Because I'm good at those.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have to remember sometimes in the classroom that I'm the teacher. And they be like, what you smiling at? Nothing.
I used to have that problem when I was acting.
Okay.
When I was first learning improv, my improv teacher, Bob, told me once, he goes, Dana, do you know that you're in the scene? I'm like, oh, yeah, I should probably stop laughing.
Yeah, that's probably inappropriate. Hilarious, but inappropriate. Yeah, this is why I can't sit with certain people at church.
But you sit and text them.
I do. They're gonna throw stuff at me though. My cousin preached for his brother's, my other cousin's anniversary this Sunday, and I said, I gotta be on stage with Lee. Oh, come on.
This is not a good idea.
I forgot about that when I signed up to be MC, and sure enough, he had me laughing. Now he wasn't inappropriate, but he's just nuts. This is a family trait. So
I think having positivity makes you nuts. So it's not just a family thing.
Yeah. But I mean, he's nuts though.
Okay.
I'm nuts. A lot. I was about to say a little bit.
Crazy.
No, that's not accurate. I'm a lot nuts.
That's me.
That's hilarious.
Crazy.
What impact do you want to leave?
What impact do I want to leave? I just want to be known as somebody who cared about you. You know, like I was always there.
Yeah, now that's good. That's good. And at the end, Dana, that's all that matters.
Exactly.
That is all that matters. And I did not mean to bring you to tears.
Well, it's only because I lost my friend Bob.
Sure.
So shout out to Bob.
Yeah, rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
Absolutely. I think those are positive affirmations to end on. Being there for people. And I think we both said the same thing. I think.
Yeah. You just were a little bit more wordy.
Demonstrative. Yeah, I talk too much. That's
I'm
why,
the quiet one.
I don't know if that was sarcasm that time.
No, but like I've noticed in some of my circles, I am the quiet one.
Oh,
and then I come out and I just, people are like, whoa. Like,
see, I've not known you as quiet.
I know. In the day where I finally get to know somebody enough to let this out. Yeah.
That's great.
So, yeah, that's. I'm not always like this when I first meet people.
No,
I'm usually very quiet.
No, nor should you be. You just kind of. Yeah.
I'm very like I need to figure out what I am in
that space.
In that space. So, like in the Strauss Project, I was the quiet one because Danielle and JR could talk away.
Yeah,
I just was like. I have the cameras.
Right. Hi. Plus, you shouldn't talk holding the cameras.
Right. I have the cameras and I have purple hair.
Great.
That's my talk.
That's your talk. Great way to end the show. From the studios of TLC Talk Radio, this is DT on Our Minds. I'm your girl, Tasha.
And I'm that fat girl, Dana.
Don't forget to catch us on all of our social media, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram. And of course, multiple times a day on TLCTalkRadio.com. 24/7 edutainment. We will catch you next week.
Peace.